This series has been trending in the top 10 in Germany ever since its debut, and there is this claim that all episodes can be watched in any order, which gives the possibility of 5040 ways to watch, apparently. So, naturally, that got many people curious, including me. Over and above, it is supposed to be a heist drama with $7 billion at stake. With such a build-up, it is no surprise that I started watching it with high hopes. But sorry to break the bubble. This is one of the most overhyped series in my opinion. If you are a fan of this series, then do not watch this review further, for this ended up as a roast and not a review. Hello everyone, welcome back. Before I go all guns blazing, let me first narrate the basic facts of the story and then jump into why it is such a disappointing series. This is a revenge drama. There is this thief called Leo Pap, played by Giancarlo Esposito, who is driven by vengeance and seeks revenge on Roger Salas, his ex-partner, because Salas didn't jump into fire and rescue Leo's wife in a heist gone wrong. Leo goes to jail and escapes after 17 years and finds out that his own daughter is now working for Salas, who runs a high-tech security company. So, Leo decides to get even with Salas by pulling a heist on Salas so that Salas loses everything. By the time I could wrap my head around this motive, I was already half expecting that the shitty plan for a heist fails. Wait, it is not that I do not like the tragedy angle, but because of the way it is picturized, there is no emotional connect. Don't blame me for that. Okay, let's move on. In order to pull this heist, Leo goes about finding the partners in crime. A bunch of supposedly smart high-tech criminals. Criminals they are, but smart they are not. I'll come to this later, just hang on for a minute. So, Leo brings in this bunch of misfits into the team and hatches a plan to steal from the safest and most secure vault on Earth that stores bonds worth $7 billion of the three of the most influential people on Earth. Well, why the hell would all three of them decide to store all of these in one single place is something left to your imagination. Did Leo's plan succeed? Did he get his revenge? What happened to the other criminals? That's what are all the 8 episodes all about. Let's take into consideration the only thing that works. It is a heist drama, which is an evergreen theme. So, we are already bought into the theme. Doesn't take too much to convince, isn't it? But one small glitch. Our expectations are not the same anymore. We have watched Ocean's 11, 12, Money Heist Spanish, Korean and so many others. Even without money involved, we have seen breaking into the vaults in so many other movies and series. So it is difficult for someone to come up with something that is a complete new experience. Sensing this impossible task, the creators of Kaleidoscope has come up with this cheap gimmick, which is to play around with the marketing message. They have cleverly positioned it as something cerebral, which in my opinion is harebrained. They have made this claim that you can watch it from any episode and the story will still be the same. We'll be tempted to fall for it had we not heard or watched non-linear narration before. There are far better stories and series shot in non-linear fashion which could be watched at random and it would still be an amazing experience. Just that those creators chose not to engage in such buffoonery. When you place a title card in the beginning of every episode saying 4 weeks before the heist, 2 months before the heist, or the day of the heist, you do know how to fit the episode and where. I'm amused how they believed that they could pull this gimmick on the audience. And what is worse, many people fell for it. Let's try this. How would you plan a heist drama if Netflix gives you a mandate of 8 episodes? 1 episode to establish a motive of the lead character, then obviously there are partners in crime. Take 3 or 4 episodes to introduce each one of them. 1 episode on the preparations, an episode of the day of the heist, and an episode after the heist, depending on how well they succeeded or how badly they screwed up. Now, think about it. What difference does it make on the order of the episodes? You have a heist drama driven by revenge. It is not unreasonable to expect that the motive should be something so compelling that the lead character decides to risk so much. But no. Leo's wife died in a fire accident in a jewelry theft 17 years back, and Leo is sore because Salas didn't risk his life to save Leo's wife. I do have sympathies for Leo, but this doesn't make me hate Salas as much as I should. Why? Because the creators have not developed the character, or any of the characters for that matter. Salas is portrayed as a selfish, money-minded person. That's it. But nowhere close to being evil. Let's talk about the other characters. This is the most annoying part. Each one of the characters have this pathological disorder to have the last say in every conversation or argument, bickering to be precise. Everyone has to mouth some badass one-liners to outwit the other, and all of them have this I don't care because I'm too cool for you attitude for no reason. Okay, it may be cool if done in moderation, but it is extremely annoying to watch it episode after episode. One guy is a toxic male with whom the super independent feminist woman is madly in love with. She is also part of the team. God knows how that logic works. And that woman's ex is also in the team. So, this toxic man and the ex keep bickering all the time, even while working on the wall's locking mechanism. This woman starts to drill holes in the underground tunnel just during the heist. What stopped her from doing this thing beforehand? It wasn't some secured area or something. During the heist, you would like to lose as little time as possible, isn't it? But not in this series. When time is running out and the feds are on the way, that is when they choose to have slow, deep and meaningful conversations like this. Someone please murder me. They have ensured diversity in characters, checked all boxes. Black characters, Hispanic, white, Asian, and also an Indian as a stereotyped IT guy. Yeah, why not? This Leo is in prison for 17 years. He escapes and walks freely to meet his daughter at her workplace and has a night chat out in the open. He then pulls a heist, as if the technology has not made any progress at all in 17 years. Or was he a tech wizard all the while? Evidently not. How does any human being learn so much in a few days? Fine, let's accept. He has a mole inside and therefore he learned fast. But the mole is not the one planning the heist. Leo does. Never mind. The vault has a fail-safe mechanisms, very good, but once the alarm is triggered, what next? This is hilarious. When there is an intruder alert, there will be one Mr. whatever who drive all the way to the safe and do the thing he does. So much for the world's safest vault. And finally, some things go right and some things go wrong, some characters get killed and some people get rich. By the time it was over, I couldn't care any less about how it ended. I was only happy that it got over. I had committed in my plan to review the series and that was the only reason I sat through this pathetic excuse for a series. If there is a next season, I am not watching it. Just keep your expectations low and watch it, you will be fine. If you fell for the marketing gimmick and went in for a cerebral experience, remember this, you were warned. Thanks for watching. I'll come back with my next review. Till then, bye bye.